Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to demonstrate how to prepare a wick to be inserted into a closed tank style lighter. Now typically, Ronson lighters with a fill screw in the bottom of them are going to be a lot more closed off than this style is. This is the lighter that we're actually getting ready to re-wick right at the moment. But anyway, it'll work. It's just not absolutely necessary for this style lighter like it would be for the kind of Ronson that has a fill screw in the bottom of it. It's a little bit harder to fish a wick out of the bottom of one of those. So anyway, the point that we are going to get to in this video is tying on a little wire lasso so that you can feed that down through the chimney of the lighter and then pull it out the bottom end. I use this 0.3 millimeter beading wire. I've gotten comments under YouTube videos where folks have said that they use fishing wire or fishing line. Whatever works for you, that's great. The principles are going to be the same. You want to have a way to feed the wick in there without losing it once you've got the first end in. So you're just going to start here by tying a knot, just like you were tying your shoes. The first part of tying your shoes. And that's really as difficult as the knot tying is going to get, although tightening down the second one is a little bit more crucial. So we get that somewhat pulled down, not all the way. Get our wick laying in there. Now, we don't want it to be on the very end because it'll pull out too easy. We don't want it too far back or it will not promote the stiffness we need it to when going down into that chimney. Now, I said that, or I may have seemed to indicate, because in my mind a while ago, we were going to tie another knot, but that's actually the only knot you're going to tie. Pull that down as tight as you can. Then bend both sides, just like ears. Bend them over as straight as you can. You want them to straddle that wick as best as you can. And then holding pressure on them, you want to start to twist. As you twist that with your fingers, it will sort of rope up. Remember, you just got that pulled down with that one knot, and it's really not even a knot, it's just one overlay of the wire. It's just the first part of the knot, not the actual knotting of it. Anyway, we're going to twist that down as far out as we can. And if it's equal lengths, that's where that ends right there. So we're going to go ahead, take our scissors and cut it right there. And now we're going to tie it off. And now that we have that tied off, just to keep it from splitting around the tube or anything once it's inside of the lighter, we're going to go ahead and snip that off as well. So there is a wick. With a wire tied around it, by which you can feed it down the chimney of a lighter, pull it out the other end. It's going to be a little bit tricky as you pull it right at the point of impact with that chimney. You may have to trim a little bit of this off. You may not have to do anything at all, depending on the size of the actual wick chimney of your lighter. But this will aid you invaluably in being able to re-wick certain lighters. You've got Zippo lighters, park lighters, these kind of lighters with inserts. Those aren't that difficult because you're not going to lose track of your wick inside of them. But with the closed tank lighter, these twist bottom Ronsons are not quite as bad. But say if you were going to re-wick this table lighter insert, you're going to feed that wick down the chimney, and I need a screwdriver to do this, which I don't have handy, so I'm not going to unscrew it, but that's the only hole that you have to pull it out of. So you can see where it's a little bit more difficult. Rather than having the whole bottom open like it is in an insert style lighter like a Zippo, you're going to have to get a hold of it somehow. And sometimes you can do that without the wire, but from my experience, it's a whole lot easier if you've got a guide, a lead, a wire lead like the MCO, or what I like to call the wire lasso of the blind method of re-wicking lighters. This is the way that I've categorized it. It's our most viewed video on this channel, I believe, is the video, the very first Ronson, and it may not have even been a Ronson, it may have been a Japanese Ronson clone, but a re-wicking video for a closed tank Ronson style automatic lighter. And this is the best and most efficient and least headache way of re-wicking those type of lighters that I have discovered. Until next time.